everyone. All right, so we're going to do our sound check this morning. Kenyatta, how are you this morning?
I'm grand. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. Kurt, you're going to let me know how we're doing. Miss Y CEO Tiffany, how are you?
Blessed and highly favored and empowered to prosper. Let's get it.
All right, all right. Kurt, how are we sounding
They're
this
sounding
morning,
good. They're sounding good.
sir? That's what I like. That's what I like. So, folks, this is how to pay off mortgages in 7 years, and you're in the Pill Method Club. And listen, we're going to be talking about different ways of canceling interest on all of your loans, whether it's a student loan, credit cards, car loans, mortgages. Do you have a certain situation where you're trying to buy a home? Are you trying to do? Are you trying to get out of debt? Are you trying to? Are student loans getting in your way? You believe of starting a family or buying a home? We're going to show you how you can navigate all of those areas. All right. Do you have long-term credit card debt? We're going to show you how to get rid of credit card debt without cutting up your credit cards. Cutting up your credit cards is not necessary, folks. That's crazy talk.
So, you mean I can't freeze it in a block of ice?
No, none of that. None of that. None of that. So listen, by denying access to credit doesn't teach you how to use it. Okay? Because as soon as you get access, guess what's going to happen? I didn't learn how to use it, and now I got access again. And listen, it just blows up. We want to learn how to use it. So, folks, if you are if you are a Pill Method client, if you are a Pill Method client and you're in the audience, please raise your hand, come up to the stage, and say something. Tell us about your experience. We would love to have you up here. Just raise your hand. Miss Kenyatta will bring you up and and we'll be able to talk to you and do your thing. Miss Kenyatta, how are you doing? Will you kick things off for us this morning, please?
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy that you guys are here. Don, I just wanted to let you know that I'm already in Atlanta. That's a sad note.
You're already in Atlanta?
Yes. And you guys, I'm here for to get access to her. So I just wanted to let you guys know that if you aren't doing anything and you're in the area, if you are doing something, I think you should ditch those plans and come and be with us. That's just what I'm thinking.
Miss Kenyatta, we're going to be there. Patricia and I will be there later on. I've got to meet with one client here in Huntsville, and then we're going to jump in the car and make that 3.5 hour drive, and we'll be there for dinner tonight, because we're going to be good and hungry.
Absolutely. 3-hour ride. Jeez.
All right. So, Miss Kenyatta, what we're going to be doing here is looking for people who want to come up and ask questions and tell us a little bit about what people are going to be able to experience in the Pill Method Club and how to pay off mortgages in 7 years. What are they going to be able to experience today? And let's get this thing kicked off.
Okay. What we're talking about, you guys, is how you can actually have money to pass off to your kids and your kids, instead of giving it to the banks in the form of interest. What we're talking about is how you get from under a loan quicker so that you can buy some investment property. What we're talking about is actually learning what the bank's been knowing about us for a long time now and how they really make their money. And we're turning the tides and turning the tables so that we can use their system to actually elevate ourselves financially. And it just feels good to know that we got over.
All right. Thank you so much. So listen, what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to do some moderator intros, and then we're going to get into some examples here today. So kick it off, Miss Kenyatta.
Okay, so YCO, you want to go first, Miss?
Oh, absolutely, Queen. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get all the juicy details of how people's lives have been changed this weekend. Guys, I'm the YCEO. I'm an executive business certified business coach, and I teach CEOs how to leverage every opportunity that they have in their bag, their tool bag that will help them to increase their funding, increase their access, and more importantly, scale their business exponentially and very, very fast. So here I run yceo.club. You can go to that link and it'll lead you right back here on Clubhouse to the club. I'm also a corporate compliance strategist. And in my physical world, I'm in the commercial property space. And I absolutely enjoy funding. I enjoy empowering others. So as a freedom financial advocate, I've changed the law in the great state of Ohio at the Supreme Court level. And I also sued in the largest bank in America and won. So one of the things I will teach you is how to make sure that you've structured your business so that you can scale, but also protect your assets, protect your bag to ensure that no one, not even the largest bank in America, can actually harm you. So I'm Tiffany, the YCEO. You can find me at yceo10k.com. Back to you, Kenyatta.
That is one of my favorite stories, you guys, how Tiffany was able to beat the bank. Kirk Nugent, would you like to go next?
Yes. Good morning, everybody. My name is Kirk Nugent. I get to serve as your producer for this show. I'm a former missionary and IT executive turned content creator and live video coach. I've been given the title the Geek Speaker Preacher, and it really embodies my passions, technology, media, speaking, and ministries. While I'm growing intentionally on a number of social media platforms, my primary focus is on YouTube, where I teach small businesses, entrepreneurs, and faith-based entities how to harness the power of live video. Your live stream is your digital storefront. Don Daniel is a perfect example of that, and we're excited to partner with the P.I.L.L method. If you want to learn how to harness the power of video, tap in with me at kirk10klive.com. Thank you, and good morning.
Good morning, Jarrett.
Good morning. What's up, everybody? Hey, what's up, everybody? I'll introduce myself real quick. My name is Jared Albert, and I've been in the tech space for over 15 years. Big thing that I do is a lot of content around tech, how to break in, also how to fund your startup. So if you're interested in that kind of information, you can find me at jarrett10k.com. That's JARRETT10k.com. And you can check me out on all my socials.
Such a humble intro. Y'all, Jared is the technology goat. Oh, he's so humble.
Thank you. All right. Who's next?
We're up to Credit Goddess.
Hey, happy Friday, TGIF, everyone. My name is Rose Laura Lewis, also known as Credit Goddess. I'm all things credit. I'm a credit score improvement strategist, business credit consultant, and an educator at B.RRRR University. Definitely tapping in with my guy, Don, the P.I.L.L method. I hope you guys are here to enjoy the content that he's about to share. Definitely tune in, pull out your pen and paper, or go and watch live on the streaming platform that Kenyatta can share with you guys. But I hope you guys will enjoy this content. Talk to you guys soon.
All right. Miss Kenyatta, how can the people see this first example that we've got going on here?
Okay, so good morning, good people. What you want to do is go to ice10klive.com. You're going to pick between Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or YouTube how to view this example. Don't stop there. Go ahead and invite somebody else so that they too can learn how to use the P.I.L.L method.
All right. So yeah, this is a 2-hour room. So we want you to come on stage now while the stage is empty and the line isn't too long. It never fails. The last 30 minutes of this room, we'll have like 5-6 hands raised, and we are not able to get to everybody. So take advantage of this opportunity. Come on stage, ask questions about your student loans, your car loans, your credit card debt, and especially your mortgage, whether it's refinance. Do I put down a big down payment up front? Do I do a 15-year, 30-year? There's so many good questions you can ask. Feel free to come up and ask a question about your specific situation. Not only will it help you potentially save a lot of money in 2022, but it'll also help the audience with the interaction and the detail that Don will give you. So feel free to raise your hand. I see somebody has decided to come up. Appreciate that. And also, before this example, I see the number 6 in the lower left-hand corner. Thank you to the 6 people that have shared the room. What I would love for everybody to do is click that number 6, then click share on Clubhouse, and then go ahead and click that share button, add some emojis or add a description of what you're hearing, But yeah, let's share this room to the hallway. So I just shared it. So you see it turn into number 7. Love to see that turn into 10, 15, 20. Let's share this in the hallway because this information is literally generational wealth shifting. And the more people in our community we can let know about this, the more money that can be shifted from paying the banks and shifted to our kids' inheritance, investments, things that really, bring joy to our lives. So thank you so much for sharing this room. And also click that plus sign, invite people into the room. And get on your laptop, your desktop, your iPad, go to ice10klive.com and choose either Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube so you can see these examples live on your screen as Don breaks it down. So with that being said, I'm going to pass the mic to Dr. Quinn and let her ask your question. So Dr. Quinn, you have the floor. Dr. Quinn just disappeared.
Oh.
Yeah. So hopefully she comes back. But if there's anybody else that has a question, feel free to raise your hand and come on up. Otherwise, Don, until she comes back, maybe there's an example you want to start off with to help people understand what you do.
Did you say maybe? Did you say maybe?
You know he's got a whole bag of tricks over there.
Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me here? So listen, folks, before we even get started, Jared, where are you in the world right now?
I'm in Atlanta.
You're in Atlanta too. Kenyatta is in Atlanta. Listen, before we get started, why are you in Atlanta?
I'm in Atlanta because I'm here for the Get Access tour. I'm gonna get some cocktails with the VIPs and some dinner with some of the VIPs as well. So look forward to getting to know people, and understanding, their goals and figuring out, how can we all help each other get to the next level. So I'm really excited to be in Atlanta to meet everybody.
All right, listen, I'm going to be there. We're still here in Huntsville, but we're only 3.5 hours away. We're going to be there with you, having dinner with you. And I heard that are you paying for dinner for everybody, Jared?
You know what? I'm gonna let Miss Cooper Home Loans and Jonathan Big do that.
All right, Kenyatta, you're in Atlanta. What are you in Atlanta for?
I'm here for the Get Access tour. I'm here because I love seeing my P.I.L.L Method family in person. I'm here because I am going to learn yet another thing, and there's special guests that's coming through, and every time we, meet up, it's something different. You think that, I've been to one, so I don't have to go to this one, and you'll be wrong with that thought. Like, I'm looking forward to what today brings and tomorrow as well.
All right, folks, listen, you just heard it.
And wait a minute, I'm going to be taking Miss Cooper's course next week. I'm really excited about that.
What?
Yes, Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Yes. Where's your bling, your music, your sound effects? There it goes.
All right. Listen, folks, we're going to be kicking this thing off. We're all going to be, a lot of us are going to be in Atlanta. I'm going to be there. Jared is already there. Kenyatta is there. Miss Y CEO is going to be taking the course to become a business purpose lender. Did you realize that you can become a lender? You could be the bank. I mean, you can lend up to $8 million and you don't even have to have a license. There's a way to do all of this kind of thing, folks. And so we're going to be kicking it off here this morning.
Tiffanyville is coming to reality.
There we go. So listen, folks, here I'm going to put some things on the screen right now just to give you a taste of what is going to be happening in Atlanta when it comes to interest cancellation. So Kirk, do we have?
Hey, Don.
Yeah, yes.
Actually, we have a guest that came up while we're talking about the Get Access tour. So we got Mac, real estate investor, on the stage. So Mac, we'd love to hear what question you might have or comment.
Hey, Jared.
Hey, everybody.
Jared, real quick, the lady that was on the stage before, she got kicked out, but she is online and she has asked her question as well. Just letting you know that. Go ahead, Mac.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mac.
All right.
Hey, everybody. So my name is Mac, real estate investor out in the DMV area. So I have five houses. I have one primary, 4 investments. but I want to break through to get to the point of having a commercial unit. I can kind of get like the onesies, twosies here and there, but I'm trying to find a way where I can get the big investment, like maybe a 6-unit apartment, an 8-unit apartment. So I'm just trying to maybe get advice on how to break through that and trying to get a commercial unit for that.
Okay,
Just any
so
advice on that?
all right, now we're not mainly a real estate room. All right, but what we can
All right.
do is help you to understand. So, do you have loans on the properties you have now?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and have you thought about cashing out and refining some of those, and getting all of and doing it that way?
So I just did a cash out refi on my New York investment property
Mhm.
to purchase a Baltimore home down in Baltimore.
Okay. And so what were you looking for, in your question? Were you looking for properties, or were you looking for how to fund it?
How to fund it mainly.
Okay. Well, listen. Number one, we've got a business purpose lender right here who's the official lender for this room, Miss Kenyatta. Now, how many properties do you have? How many properties do you have right now that have mortgages?
All 5 have mortgages. I'm kind of just I'm getting running the fits from each month. So that's the way. Like I don't mind having a mortgage, so to say, but it would be nice to not have a mortgage. So I think everybody would agree with. But yeah, but all 5.
Okay. So now when you mean, oh, now that's very interesting. What do you mean by you'd like not to have a mortgage? What do you mean by that?
To not have a mortgage, to kind of just take all the profit from the rent every month, because right now I'm making a profit from each property, but it's, it would, if I didn't have a mortgage, it would be significantly bigger, uh, to only pay like the taxes and escrow
Mhm.
for that each year instead of having to pay, the principal interest.
Okay. So let's take a look at how you can. So the only other way is if you were to pay off those mortgages, it would take a significant amount of cash to pay off those mortgages today, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So let's take a look at how the pill method can help you do what you want to do with those mortgages. All right. Now, the thing that is costing you the most amount of money is the interest cost on those loans, not the interest rate, but the interest cost. What if you could cut your interest cost significantly by 75%
Mm.
on your current loans? Take
Yeah. If I can find a way to do that, I would love that.
are you near an iPad or a tablet or a computer so you can see
Yeah, I
these
am right now.
examples?
Yep.
Okay, so you want to go to ICE, that stands for Interest Cancellation Expert, ICE 10klive.com. And when you get there, you'll be able to choose which way you can see these examples today. And we're going to go over a little bit of something for you, something that I showed. I was talking to a real estate investor not too long ago, and so we're going to go over some of these things today. And I'll show you a little bit about how you can save money on interest and make money on your properties and make money on the back end by not giving the bank all of that interest money without sacrificing a dime of the money you want to put towards investment. How's that sound?
Sounds.
All right, Mac, you're breaking up.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
I say, yeah, that sounds awesome. I would love that.
All right, great. So let me know when you can see see us live on screen. I'm going to put this on let's see here. We want, there we are. And all right, got an amortization schedule on the screen. And then I'm going to go over an example of, we had a multi-unit here, all right, that's making significant money. But here is the loan. So it's a $700,000 loan at 5.125%. Okay. It's a multi-family unit and it's making plenty of money. And The payment on that is $3,811.41 a month. So tell me when you can see what we've got going on here, Matt.
All right, just trying to I had to switch over to my computer. Sorry.
Okay, that's not a problem. So as you're switching up, I'm going to give you some of the background on this loan. On a $700,000 loan, okay?
Yeah.
The bank wants at 5.125%. The bank wants $672,107 in interest on that loan, which makes the total purchase price of that loan $1,372,000 paid back over time. That's a lot of money. Okay. So what we want to be able to do is how can we leverage the bank's money? Because when we look at that, here's what I want to say. At 5.125%, and the bank wants $672,000 on a $700,000 loan, is $672,000 5% of $700,000? Isn't that something? How
That's crazy.
isn't it?
I'm on the website. Which one
You
should
can
I
you
click?
can choose any one you want. You have a choice. You've got Facebook, you got YouTube, you got Twitter, LinkedIn.
I'll click on the
If
YouTube.
if you're on ice10klive.com, I think you have to click on watch the show or simulcast or something like that.
Right. Yeah, he's got all the choices there. So which one did you choose, sir?
So I'm on the main site and I chose watch video. Then that brought me to YouTube.
No, you're on my website. You want to go to you're supposed to be on ice10klive.com.
ice10k
live.com. That would bring you to my digital business card.
All right, got it.
And you have several choices there.
All right.
And if you want YouTube, you just choose YouTube.
P.I.L.L Method.
Yeah, so there's a YouTube link, the P.I.L.L Method live on YouTube, correct?
Yes,
That's
there
right.
it is.
All right, awesome. I'm gonna click on that. And there's all right, live. Cool. Got it. I'm on here now.
All right.
Awesome.
Excellent. So here's what we've got. All right. We're going to start over because this is good stuff here, Mac. All right. We've got a $700,000 loan at 5.125%. And here's the payment. And what we generally look at is I'm going to try to get the best interest rate I can. That's what most people do especially with their commercial properties. And so this particular gentleman, the best he could get was 5.125, and thought that was pretty good based on what else was out there. Here's his payment. I think it's a 5 or 6 unit building. I can't remember exactly. But it's on the West Coast. It's in a large city, metropolitan city. And so you know that the rents are significant, but his payment is only $38,1141. And so he's cash flowing quite well on this property. Would you say?
Yes.
Okay. So now here's how the loan breaks down. And this is what I pointed out to him. When you borrow this money, the bank wants you to pay back $672,107.60. How is that 5%? How is this number 5% of this number? It's actually, if we look over to the right, total interest paid as a percentage of principal, what's this number?
Jesus, 96%.
It's 96% of that number. 96% of that number. And this building is making money. Okay. This building is making money. But when I pointed out, this is how much interest you're paying. Now we start to get down into the nitty gritty. How can we also make money and on the back end, give the bank less money in interest for this loan? So let's get down into it. All right. So we're going to show you some of the basics of how lending actually works. Number one. And then we'll get into some of the things that we can do. How's that sound?
Awesome.
All right. So now we're getting down to payment number one on this thing. And and you can see the headings. I've got principal, I've got interest, I've got cumulative principal. That's when we add up all the interest payments. Okay.
Yeah.
We got cumulative principal when we add up all the principal payments. We got cumulative interest where we add up all the interest payments. And then we got principal balance here. Okay. So on payment number 1, how much money goes to principal?
Principal goes to $821.
And how much goes to interest?
$29.89. Jesus.
Listen, every time I see it, I just crack up. That's what is killing us, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say we make that payment in January. When we make that payment in January, and I gave you this schedule to look at, I said, we made our payment in January. And I said, while we're still in January, we don't owe anything else till February. But by looking at the schedule, can you see February's principal payment? How much is that?
It's a little bit higher, about $825.
Okay, now here's my question. Based on what you know to be true, do you have to wait till February to give the bank that $825.34?
No.
If you had it, could you give it to them in January?
Yeah, right now.
Guess what? All of that money goes to principal, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So now you're paid down to line 2 in January, aren't you?
I see what you're saying.
Okay. So that means the next mortgage payment for February is on what line of the schedule?
Next mortgage payment would technically be January, and the in principal balance would be what, the $698.
Well, no, we're already down to the $698. We're there in January. So our next mortgage payment for February is on what line?
Number 3.
Exactly. This is how it works. So now you're paying $828.86 and $2,982.55. That's your new payment configuration. This is the same amount. It's just a different configuration every month. So here's what just happened. You just got rid of line 2 on your amortization schedule for only $825.34. Payment number 1 is now touching payment number 3. Did you know your mortgage worked like that?
So I kind of did, but my mind has just been so all over the place. I didn't really think about it like that. But now looking at it on paper like this for the amortization schedule, it makes a lot of sense now. Not gonna lie.
So on the interest cost on line 2, sir, the $29.8607, what happened to that?
29.607. So it's essentially that interest cost disappeared.
Canceled, eliminated. You just saved yourself nearly $3,000 in interest just by giving the bank $825.34 early.
Wow, you know what? I never really thought about it like that, thinking about that, because like I said, there's always a profit on, investment properties. And, that profit could definitely be going just to help, alleviate all of those, the interest payments within itself. So I definitely see what you're saying on that.
Exactly. So here's my next question. Let's say I came to you with an investment. I've got an investment for you, and I need you to put into this investment $45,000. All right. And 1 year later, when you give me that $45,000, I guarantee I will return to you out of your $45,000. All you'll have left is $10,000. That's it. I'm going to take your $45,000. I'm going to return to you only $10,000. Do you want to invest with me?
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
Okay, I'm not talking about $10,000 more. I'm saying all you'll have left is $10,000.
All I have left is $10,000
out of your $45,000.
Oh no.
Okay, listen, here's what I want to show you. Look at this loan. Look at line 12. That's 1
Line
year
12.
into this loan. Do you see this?
Yeah.
That's $10,000 in principal paid, but it costs $35,640 in interest to do that. Isn't that a $45,000 investment into this property for only a $10,000 return?
It's ridiculous. And the crazy part is I just did my taxes for all my properties, and
yes,
I was looking, I said, there's no possible way that in principal balance is this much. And it just blows my mind every single time. So
okay,
it's funny that you're actually talking about this, because I was just thinking about that literally yesterday.
Listen, man, tax time is when this thing comes up. Then we forget about it until next year. And we actually see how much interest we've paid. And so now somebody's going to be telling us, well, because of that interest you paid, you can get You can get back pennies on the dollar. You can get back some money from the government. Oh no, we're not talking about that today. We're talking about something completely different today. So here's my next question for you, Mac. We made January's payment, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What if we decided, once we find out how much interest we can actually save by manipulating the amortization schedule, what if we gave the bank the next 3 principal payments on top of that? 825, 828, and 832 on line 2, 3, and 4. We give the bank that. Look how much interest we just save for doing just that.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? And now our next mortgage payment is on what line of the schedule, sir?
On 5.
Exactly. For like a little over $2,400. We just saved almost $9,000 in interest.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy to think about.
All right, now here's the next thing. I talked to this real estate investor, and this real estate investor has done very well, and he keeps some money on the side, all right, to be able to do repairs. All right, so he calls it his reserve fund, and it's sitting in the bank in a savings account, and it's making like 1/10 of 1%. And as far as you know, do most real estate investors do that? Keep some money on the side for repairs?
Of course.
Okay. So I asked him, I said, now he's got about 60, 70 grand in that account. All right. And, he's happy to have it. It's sitting there waiting for something to happen. And I said, listen, what if you were to look at your amortization schedule here? I'm pointing this out. And in 1 year, you'll pay this loan down by $10,096.91, Mac. Here's my question. Do you have to give it to the bank in 12 monthly installments?
I honestly did not know that answer to that question.
Okay. The answer is no. The answer is no. You don't have to give it to them in 12 monthly installments. If you had it, you can give it to them all in one installment on line 1.
Wow. I did not know that.
You'd be paid down to line 12 in 1 month.
So, quick question.
Yes.
Thing about that, would they still accumulate the interest behind that? And would you still have an interest payment behind that, essentially because you're paying down to the cumulative principal of the 12 months?
Right.
Would you have to pay that?
Here's what I'm laughing because this is so exciting for me to do this every single time when we get a chance.
Every time.
Listen, man, when we get to talk about this thing. So listen, here's what we're talking about, Mac. When we pay it this way, and if I pay down to here in 1 month, what happens to all the interest payments between line 2 and line 12?
I'm assuming they just don't happen. They just go away.
They just go away. Your next mortgage payment for February now is on what line of the schedule, sir?
The next mortgage payment for February should be on 12.
No, we're already down to 12.
Oh, so 13.
Exactly. This is your February payment now. Okay, so let's back up just a little bit. We're moving this loan from point A to point B, from $700,000 down to $689,903.09. We're moving it from point A to point B. So your point A to point B could be anywhere on this schedule. So I'm just picking from the first payment down to the 12th payment. Okay. The bank wants to charge us how much money to move the loan from point A to point B?
The interests are essentially the interest, correct?
Cumulative interest here, column 4.
Yeah.
How much?
Oh, $35,000.
So the bank wants to charge us $35,000 to move this loan from point A to point B, correct?
Yeah.
If we give them this $10,000, $10,096.91 on payment number 1, we're paid down to here in 1 month. We do have to pay the interest on line 1, though. So we can go ahead, finish it out for me, sir.
So you would only pay the $29.89 for the whole year
to get down to here.
Right. All right,
So,
makes sense.
so now we're not talking about for the whole year. What we're talking about is we eliminate a year's worth of payments. We have a payment every single month. That doesn't change. But I'm just saying, paying the loan down from point A to point B, can you now justify, because of what I've heard real estate investors talk about? It says, listen, my tenants are paying all of this. Why do I need to worry about it? Okay. So here's my question.
Yeah.
When your tenants give you that rent money, isn't all of that money yours?
Yeah. it
How,
is.
how much of it do you want to keep?
I would like to keep all of it, but
All right. So here's,
thinking futuristically,
yes.
it would be nice to pay all of that down, instead of having to pay that interest.
All right. So I hear something in the background. All right. So here's what I think I hear Clubhouse somewhere. All right. So here's what we're talking about, folks. Here's what we're talking about, Matt. If we can do this now, if you're a real estate investor and if you got renters doing this, can you justify now paying $45,000 to get it down to here, just to get $10,000 in equity? Can you justify that now? No. So if we have out of our reserve fund, right? What if we were to borrow this money from our reserve fund, advance it to the mortgage, pay it down to here in just 1 month, and save $32,689.87 in interest, and be ready for payment number 13, line 13 on our mortgage for February? And now, what if this real estate investor wanted to put that money back into his savings account? I said, how long, based on how much money, based on the percentages that you currently are putting away for reserve fund, how long would it take you to pay back that $10,000? You know what he told me? 5 months. 5 months. So he's going to advance some of that money from his reserve fund to the mortgage, save $32,000, and then he's going to put it back over 5 months. Do you think he could do it again in 5 months, Mac?
I definitely think he can do it again in 5 months. So my question to you is,
yes.
So let's say on the payment one, line one,
yes,
we pay the cumulative principal of 10,096.
Yeah.
For that, for the next month, February, would they expect that principal? Would they expect all of that principal on the next line because you paid that much on your principal?
Yeah.
On line two.
Here's what they would expect the next month. Only this right here. Line 13. That's all they'll expect next month.
Wow.
That's it.
That makes a lot of sense.
I am so glad you came into the room, because
I appreciate this, because I've been doing pretty well for myself, and it makes sense. But to see stuff like this, I feel like this is definitely going to take me to the next level, and I definitely appreciate this. This is awesome. I definitely like this a lot.
Now I'm going to take you. I'm going to back out of this right now, Kurt. So we're going to go off screen, Kurt, and I'm going to put something else up. All right, and so I'm going to show you one other thing. All right. So let me pull this back up. And we're going to put one other thing on the screen. And so let's do this. And I'll show you one other thing. And then I'll let you go. So I'm going to show you something that has multiple mortgages in it. Did you realize that there is some AI, artificial intelligence, that helps you to know how much money to pay, when to pay it, how much interest you can save per dollar? So we can put everything back up on the screen there.
We're good.
All right. So now we're going to reset this account. I'm going to put into this account multiple properties. All right. So I'm resetting. I'm putting 10 properties into this program. All right. This is called our opportunity cost calculator that does all of the financial work here. So now we're going to look at our accounts, and we can see here that we have 10 mortgages. Here's the 10th mortgage. And then we go from the 10th to the 1st, all the way down here. Here's number 9, and we got a HELOC. So essentially, we have 11 mortgages in this thing. All right. So if we go up here, I can say how much principal do we have remaining? The total amount is $2,947,500. Okay. And the potential interest savings that we've already determined is $1,611,899. This is the interest savings. Even before we make a payment, I know that right off the bat.
Yeah.
So here's what's happening. This is the guy's income. Here's his rental income. We're starting in December. Okay. And his rental income is about $15,000. So the program every now and then tells you how much money to put in savings when it sees that you have more money than you need in your checking account.
So I do have a quick question.
Go right ahead.
So I do hear a lot of banks have penalties for paying off mortgages early or paying off loans early.
Yes.
Would that impact doing this for within the 7.7 years?
Definitely it impacts it. And it impacts it this way. So some of these loans you have 5%. So for the first year, you would have 5% of what you would have paid, and then the next year it goes to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 over a 5-year period. So there is a penalty for paying off early. Okay. So here's what I want to ask you, because it doesn't say you can't pay off early. It says if you do pay anything off early, we want to charge you 5%. So most people just keep on paying. But what if I change that word from penalty to cost? A prepayment cost instead of a prepayment penalty. Now what are you asking me?
It definitely makes it sound a lot better.
Yes. So now I'm asking, how much does it cost to prepay?
It costs that 5%.
And what would make it worth the cost?
I guess essentially paying it off.
So I'll try again. So if we know what the cost is, we need to know what our benefit is.
Yeah.
So if I could save 35 grand in interest, but my cost is going to be around 2 grand for the penalty.
Yeah. Well, that the way you put it like that, that definitely makes a lot better sense.
So listen, all the wording around banking is designed for us to keep on paying and not to do the math. Once you do the math, okay, you're going to say, oh, it's going to cost me so-and-so to do this, but I'm going to save this much in interest. Why wouldn't I do that? Essentially, we're making a decision to save the $2,000 penalty so we can turn around and give the bank the $35,000 in interest.
All right. Awesome. Well, yeah, now to put it that way, that makes a lot more sense.
Okay. So here's what we're talking about. So we've got money going into the bank and he's making his mortgage payments here. Okay. Mortgage number 8 and mortgage number 3. We're making all the mortgage payments for the month of December. We're getting our income in. We're paying all of our bills. All right. And then we're moving into January. All right. So we do the whole process again. We're paying off the bills. We're putting money away in savings in January. And then when we get down here to January, now we're moving into February. Oh boy, here it goes. So in February, the program has told you to put enough money back into savings. All right. So we're going to put, when the program catches up, let me know when you can see February. All right. And we're going to take money out of what account? Because I'm circling it here. Let me know when it catches up.
Oh, I can see. It's February 1st. You're circling savings.
Okay, so we're taking money out of savings and we're going to put it on which mortgage?
The ninth one.
All right. Mortgage number 9. How much money are we putting on the mortgage?
6,072.44.
All right. So it's exact. What we're telling you is that this is the optimum day and the optimum amount to the penny to put on this mortgage. And why mortgage number 9 out of all 11 mortgages? Because when we put $6,072.44 on this mortgage, how much interest do we save on this particular mortgage?
Waiting for it to catch up.
Okay.
Future
It's a
interest
big number.
savings, 60. That's a huge number, 68,499.85 cents.
Jesus.
Do you see what we're
Yeah.
talking about here, sir?
Yeah, I'm definitely getting it now.
Okay. So if you want to know, the best way to develop your portfolio, why not take the money that you currently were looking at as the cost of doing business because you're cash flowing so well. You did everything else right. Okay. And you're cash flowing and you're making money and you said yourself you're doing well for yourself. But what if we could recover this money too? And in this case, we're going to save in total $1,611,899 in interest that we would have had to pay the bank to acquire the same assets. What could we do with that $1.6 million now?
We definitely can invest probably 5 times over.
There you go. So let's not look at just how much money we can make with being active in investing. What about how can we make money being passive in saving interest we don't have to pay using lazy money that we have sitting in a bank account just waiting for something to happen? We can use that reserve fund strategically. When to use it, when not to use it, what month to do it in, what day of the month to do it on, which loan to attack, and we can optimize their interest savings by using a system that is designed to save you the maximum amount of interest per dollar applied.
Wow.
That's what we do.
This is definitely a huge eye opener. I'm glad I came in this room this morning.
Listen, we're glad
Awesome.
you did too, because you just helped a ton of people. So if you see that that same 10K card, ICE 10K
Yeah.
live.com, you will also see get a savings and earnings report. You can click on that, put in your information there, and someone from my staff will call you with your information, say, oh, we'll set up a consultation. Here's how much interest you can save. Here's when you'll be debt free on all of your properties. And if you're not looking at being debt free on your properties, when does it make sense to cash out refi 7 to 9 years earlier at a much lower interest cost?
Yeah, and that's kind of the dilemma that I ran into now, because I wanted to do the cash out refi to invest in another property, but I didn't want to be, too hasty and do one that, maybe it would cost me more in the back end. So, kind of just figuring out what made sense.
Well, working with us, you will know working with us, you will know if you're going to make money on the back end, which way to go. Am I going to choose A, B, C, or D? And we'll be able to tell you with numbers which way is going to be the best way for you to invest your money and to acquire these properties, because
Awesome.
it's going to be the same in whatever business you are in. You buy it low, you sell it high.
Yeah, buy low, sell high. Yeah.
Yep. And then if you have expenses, keep your expenses low and your profits will be high. And one expense that every real estate investor has ignored that I have ever met is the interest cost on these loans. And it's so easy to save that money.
Yeah, well, yeah, I can definitely say, like, all of the people that I've run into and talked to, and the real estate investment side of the house, they've always come across as, we kind of really don't look at the amortization schedule because, it's just something that's kind of stuck in the shadows. But now seeing stuff like this, is probably something that could alleviate a lot of heartache, pain, for some people. But yeah, this definitely helped a lot, tremendously.
Mac, what city are you in, sir?
I'm in PG County, Maryland.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, we're going to the Get Access tour is going to be coming to that area fairly soon. But if you find your way over into Atlanta today, we're going to be there this weekend. And if you can't be there physically, there you can get there virtually. And a lot of this information is going to be talked about here, how we can do this. I'm going to get into this thing a little deeper and how we can save this money in interest. It is not necessary to keep giving the bank all of that money. They're siphoning off our generational wealth only because we don't know the rules to the game. I'm not anti-bank. I love the bank. I borrow their money all the time, but at a 75% discount.
I can take that. I can take that.
Thank you very much, sir. Are you complete today?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much. I'm moving myself back down.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you, Mac. All right. What else we got going on here? Listen, do I see 10K in the house?
The hype man is in the building, Don. What's good? What's happening?
Listen, man, there's some folks out here that want to know where are you in the world? Are you in Atlanta? We can't hear you, 10K.
Can you hear me now?
Can hear you now.
There we go. All right, so we're already in Atlanta here. Calvin is on the ground. We're already getting some stuff done. So at 12 o'clock, we're going to pop up in the room just to promote and get access to as well. So, yeah, I'm just ready, man. So what's up with you? What's happening?
Listen, man, we're just talking about that. We just went through an example here, and we need you to do a quick intro and talk to us about the 10K card and also talk to us about the Get Access tour, man.
I'm so sorry. Repeat the second part.
Oh, I need you to talk about the Get Access tour along with telling us who you are and about the 10K card.
Oh, very good, very good. Hey, so good morning, guys. How are you? I'm this very shy, introverted kid, trying to speak myself. Yeah, okay, there we go. All right, so founder and CEO of 10K Cards, guys, and one of the best apps out in the marketplace because it literally helps to represent exactly who you are. And at the end of the day, if you are good at what you do and the world doesn't know it, you're not going to be paid for who you are and what you do and what value you're bringing to the table. So what we do is we provide a digital business card that put together your phone number, your email, your WhatsApp, your website, everything that you have all in one place. So when you're connecting with a client and the client said, hey, I want to learn more about this guy or this girl, they can go to one central port and find exactly who you are. And what Don generously did, he made sure he prepaid for a bunch of digital cards. So everyone that purchased a book definitely get a copy of it. And he's not giving you a copy of the card for you to buy the book. No, his focus is educate yourself, get your mind right, and then once you get your mind right and you're ready to crush the marketplace and maximize, the 10K card is a tool to help you actually maximize your new journey going forward. But my main focus today, which is kind of different from other days, is we're in Atlanta right now, guys, and we're putting together the Get Access tour, of which your very own Don will be one of the main presenters up there, speaking on how to cancel your interest. Or to cancel the interest that you're paying on your mortgage loan. So what he's doing on Clubhouse, what he's doing across all social media platforms, he will be doing it live in Atlanta tomorrow. So if you are in the Atlanta area, I would say, hey, definitely get involved, get a ticket. If not, get yourself a virtual ticket. The reason for not being wealthy was taken away from you guys. There's something called the internet. If you can't make it in person, get a virtual ticket. And if you are in the Atlanta area, you have no excuse. Show up in person. Proximity to power leads out of great things. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys, whether you're in the Atlanta area or outside. If you need any ticket or any information for the event, back channel me the words Get Access Tour. Get Access Tour. I will be happy to assist. With that said, Captain Don, back to you, my brother.
All right. So, Kurt, do we have some questions or comments online?
Some comments. Definitely folks really enjoyed walking through that example with with Mac, and I want to just say a word of appreciation to him again for coming to the stage, bringing that question, and I really hope he takes advantage of getting that savings and earnings report. And I'm saying the same to all the rest that are out there as well. There's something that Don said earlier to the audience on Clubhouse. I'm just going to pose that same offer to those who are online. If you are a P.I.L. Method client, man, go ahead and put your thing in the chat, put your story in the chat. We'd love to be able to share that with those who are watching, those who are listening today, those who are in the room, those who are online. There's 20 people out there. That's so good. Want to see if we can actually increase that. Now, Missionary Quinn, I think this is Dr. Quinn who Jared was talking to right as we opened the room earlier today. He or she, I don't know, said, sorry, I was kicked out. That was one of the comments that came in. And then a little later, she said, I would like to know the benefits of having your mortgage. I guess she's assuming, my assumption is a mortgage under an LLC.
Okay.
What is the benefits of having a mortgage under an LLC? That's the question.
I'm assuming that she's talking about having an investment property under an LLC as opposed to having it under your personal name. And I can't speak to that directly because I can tell you what I've learned. But right now, there is you can get that answer directly in the mortgage syndicate. And they are there now. Plus, let me tell you what I have learned though. Okay. Here's what right now, in my neighborhood, my yard it doesn't have a fence and it's a corner lot and it's a half acre lot. And so when we have parties or whatever, the neighborhood seems to kind of congregate in my yard. All right. One year we're doing fireworks for the 4th of July. Okay. So I called up my insurance company. All right. I called up my insurance company and I talked about my coverage, and my insurance company, my homeowner said, you know what, you probably would do well to get an umbrella policy, which would give you an extra $1 million worth of coverage just in case somebody gets hurt on your property and wants to sue. All right. Now everybody's there having a good time. All right. But so I'm not even shooting off the fireworks. Somebody else, one of the neighbors is shooting off the fireworks. And what if something happens and one of those fireworks hits another family? And I'm not shooting off the fireworks. It's just done on my property. Do you know that I could be liable for that? Even though I was not shooting off the fireworks, but it was done on my property. So I wanted to make sure that I had the coverage in place. So what you're doing with an LLC, having it under as its own, your property under its own entity, what you're trying to do is shield your personal assets from litigation. If somebody were to trip and fall in your property, then they can only go after the property in the LLC. I am not a lawyer. This is not legal advice. I'm just telling you what I've learned in these clubhouse streets. You want to talk to your lawyer about all of that and how to get this thing set up properly. Again, I'm repeating, I am not a lawyer and I don't play one on Clubhouse or on this, or what we're on the different platforms that we're streaming to. But what I am trying to tell you is there is a way for you to protect. If you have rental property, if you have investment property, you want to make sure that you set it up in a way that protects your personal assets from being attached in litigation. You want to protect yourself. And I've heard that having it in an LLC is one way to do that.
Here's another way for them to get that information.
Come on, YCEO.
They could actually tap into the virtual ticket or to get access to it and not have to leave the comfort of their home.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
That part, because that's something that you can actually ask some of the experts that are going to be there that do this thing for real. Okay. There's going to be lawyers there. There's going to be people who that have all sorts of
of, and I know Los Callahan has all sorts of properties, and he keeps all of his properties in an entity, nothing under his personal name. Okay. And he has several businesses, and each one has.
Here, you try to find me if you want to.
Folks, this is what we're talking about. That is a very, very good question. And so coming to the Get Access Tour, virtually or in person, you can ask. So because we're doing it virtually, you'll be able to ask that question, and somebody can pose that for you during one of the sessions. And listen, get your answers from the Get Access Tour. A lot of us are going to be there. It's going to be a great time. I tell you what, learning about how to grow your wealth, it's amazing. I was a firefighter for 17 years. And then getting into the business side, I love firefighting. But, there was this thing about growing generational wealth that I didn't really have a handle on. But now things are totally different. I don't have to ask for, 10K, I don't have to ask for permission to go on vacation anymore. How about you, Kurt? You got to ask permission to go on vacation?
Not at all, sir. Not at all. Not at all. In fact, there are some pieces of the vacation you can kind of include in the business if you have a little project that just depending on how your thing is set up. So no. You went on vacation, didn't you?
No, Kurt, we don't go on vacation. We go to work in the sun.
Come on, TK. TK's got something. Come on, T.
Don't get caught up in Don's mess. He has to ask permission from Patricia.
Oh my! Listen. I seem to remember producing a show for Don for 10 days while he was basking in the sun in St. Thomas. He called it work. He did. He called it work, y'all. But I think it was vacation. Took his laptop out the balcony and.
Come on, man.
Oh, man. Showing us people kayaking and whatnot.
Don is the head and Patricia turns the neck.
Hey,
they're giving you some sound marriage counsel right now.
Listen, man. Let me not forget that. We've got 19 people watching us online. That's all right. So let's get them something to look at. Jared, should we put up another example? What should we do here, sir?
Yeah, let's give the people another example. And if you'd like to come up on the stage, feel free to raise your hand. Also, want to thank the 23 people that have shared the room. Let's keep sharing the room. Go ahead and click that number 23. Click the share on Clubhouse. Drop some emojis. And we'd love to see that number 23 hit 30 at some point during the example, because we want to have more people in our community understand this powerful information. And if you're not already, make sure you're following the greenhouse at the top. And especially following Don to the left of me. Click that bell icon and click always on. So when he hops on the stage, you are alerted. But yeah, we'd love to get some more questions on the stage. But until then, let's get another example up.
All right. What are we seeing on the screen right now?
How to pay off mortgages and other debt in about 7 years.
Listen, folks, I'm excited to bring this information to you. Did you realize that 90% of the people you know with a mortgage will never own their home free and clear? 90%. Would you ever send your children to a school where 90% of the kids failed to graduate? Then why are we involved in a situation where 90% of us are going to fail? Why is that? I don't know. Why is that? So listen, while I'm doing this example, while I'm going through this, Jared, if somebody comes to the stage and wants to ask a question, we'll interrupt the slideshow and get right into that question. Same thing with you, Kirk, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, listen, I know I can get on a roll, but I don't mind being interrupted. Okay, because we're here to answer questions. 30-year loans should pay off in an average of 7 to 9 years. 7 to 9 years, not 30 years to never. But the only way that can happen is through optimization. What do I mean by optimization? Everyone knows that you can pay off a loan early by yourself. You just pay extra on the loan, all right? But what I'm talking about is understanding how you can save the maximum amount of interest mathematically possible for you. So we don't want to. Did you realize that the debt snowball actually works and the avalanche method actually work to pay off your debt? But if you compare two people with the exact same financial profile, one is using the debt snowball, the other one using the pill method. The one using the debt snowball will probably pay on average $50,000 to $70,000 more in interest than they had to pay to get out of that debt. Even though they get out of debt early, they're still paying way more interest than they need to pay. And guess what? They won't even realize that they're doing it because they don't have a way to track it. We have a way to track it. So our goal is for you to own your home free and clear. 90% of the people you know will never pay off a mortgage. And why? That's not how we started out. That's not what we planned. We had planned to pay that thing off, but somehow it just never gets there. So here's what we're talking about, folks. I'm working all over the country. In fact, we are in 9 different countries, and here's some of the results that we've had over the years. And this last one in Georgia. $270,000 in debt, 26 years left to go. All right. They're going to pay this loan off in 8.3 years working with us and save $135,000 in interest without changing their budget and without sacrificing lifestyle. What do I mean by without sacrificing lifestyle? Folks, to do this family did not have to stay home and not go anywhere. I mean, they didn't have to give up on their vacations. They didn't have to drive a 30-year-old car. All right. They didn't have to eat beans and rice and ramen to make this happen. They didn't have to sell pizzas at night to make this happen. They didn't have to put their life on hold to pay off the debt. What they did was they figured out how they can live a great lifestyle and cut their interest costs by 75%. That's how we get this thing done. The savings is on the bank side. Cut the bank back on how much money they're going to receive. Don't cut your family back on the lifestyle and keep telling your kids, I can't afford it. We can't do this now. We're in debt. We got to get out from under this. And I'm teaching you a valuable lesson and how to manage money. All they're going to learn is I can't do anything. I can't go anywhere. And I keep hearing money doesn't grow on trees. That's not how you want your kids to come up. Instead of saying we can't afford it, let's tell our kids and show our kids how we can afford it. Take that money that the bank was supposed to get and build up generational wealth inside your family. All right. Show your kids what can be done when a person that's working a 9 to 5 can actually become a millionaire on the interest payments they don't pay the bank and invest in their own families. Oh my goodness. This is what we're talking about. We can do all of this without refinancing, folks. We can do it without change to your budget and without sacrificing lifestyle. Oh my gosh. So what are we talking about? Here's where you will not hear this information. And not because people are keeping the information from you, but it is because it's not taught at any level of financial education. You will not get the pill method information from your accountant. You will not get pill method information from your finance planner or from your banker. You will not. Here's where you also will not get your information, the pill method information, only because pill method information is copyrighted and pill method is a registered trademark. It's protected information. It's proprietary. Information, and we own the content. Okay, so you won't hear it from Dave Ramsey because we own it. You won't hear it from Susie Orman because we own it. You won't hear it from Gene Chaskey from NBC because we own it, or Larry Burkett. You won't hear it from any of these financial gurus because we own this. And what is going?
Amen.
Come on, listen, YCEO. This is how you give your clients the same advice. Come on.
Absolutely.
Own your content, protect it. And why? The ability to read and defeat an amortization schedule is not taught at any level of financial education. How do I know that to be true? Because I've been asking this question for years. And I ask everybody, have you ever been taught how an amortization schedule works and how to defeat it? And folks, here we are. The P.I.L.L Method International LLC. P.I.L.L Method stands for prepayment of principal, isolating the principal amount, leverage, and liquidity. So when you understand these four basic principles that we talk about, that I talk about in my book, that you can then know how you can start to realize how much interest we've been paying and how you don't have to do it the bank's way. Do you know there's more than one way to skin this cat? Come on. So what we're talking about is learning a different way to view your finances and how to save that money in interest. Albert Einstein called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Amortized interest has to be the ninth. Well, that's quoted by me, because amortized interest makes way more money. Here's the formula for amortized interest. We're not going to get into the formula because I don't understand it. I just know that it makes a lot of money for the bank. So here's the thing. If there is a formula that the bank uses to make a lot of money, where is your algorithm or formula to cut interest cost? Please don't try to go up against the bank with your pencil and paper or with your calculator, that you got from the dollar store or even on your phone. You can't beat them with these tools. It is not that simple. It is not as simple as just paying more. You have to know how much to pay to the penny. You have to know what month to do it in. You have to know what day of the month to do it on, and you need to know which loan to attack. Let me tell you a quick little story, because I had a client that had $1,200 on a credit card at 12%. And they wanted to know, Don, why is your artificially intelligent program, why is your program ignoring a $1,200 balance on a 12% credit card when our mortgage is 3%? And I said, well, let's do a little bit of math. Did you realize that 12% means 1% a month for 12 months? It's 12% annual. Okay. So if you pay off the $1,200 credit card today, that means they're only charging you 1% on $1,200. So if you pay off that $1,200 today, you'll save a grand total of $12 in interest. Or you could put that $1,200 on your mortgage and save about, I don't know, $3,000 in interest with that $1,200. So which would you rather? So these are the kinds of decisions a program like this makes, so that whenever you are looking to pay off your debt, please don't pay off the wrong debt at the wrong time, because what we have been taught to believe is that anything you do to get out of debt is as good as any other thing you can do to get out of debt. And that is not true. You want to do the optimum thing that's going to save you the most amount of money here, folks. So what's next? So here's what the bank owners do not want you to know. And I say it this way, not because I'm anti-bank. I love the bank. They've got finances in that bank. They got money for me to borrow. I love the bank because I've learned to borrow their money at 75% off. I've learned how to use their credit cards, how credit cards pay me to use them. How I can use points to travel. I've learned how to use the system so that it benefits me and not them. So I love them. Thank you so much, bank. But here's what they don't want you to know, folks. That this is the 88th anniversary of the 30-year mortgage. Before 1934, you could not get a 30-year mortgage before 1934. Just could not. Didn't exist. Okay. So what they were doing was you had to have about 70 to 80% down, and most of the mortgages were interest only. In 1929, big stock market crash. Everything stops. Banks stop lending. All right. And so when FDR was elected president, he brought in the New Deal. Part of the New Deal was in 1934, the FHA was created, Federal Housing Administration was created. Amortization came into being at the same time. They went to 30-year mortgages. They were trying to get the banks lending again. So if we bring you 30-year mortgages, we give you this amortization schedule and you start lending for 30 years, all right, you can make a lot more money. And they said, I don't know. What else you got? Then they said, well, I know you might be a little hesitant because you're worried about people defaulting on these loans. Okay. And so now we're going to also give you a PMI, private mortgage insurance. So the homeowner will now pay the insurance policy that if they default, you guys still get paid. Oh yeah, that their antenna went up when they heard that part. That sounded pretty doggone good. And they said, well, yeah, we're almost there. What else you got? Okay, so you got 30-year mortgages that are amortized. We're going to keep that information. You can keep that information to yourselves. You don't have to teach your employees how it works. You don't have to teach people how it works. People will just begin to accept it. They get an interest rate that they like and they get a payment that they like, but you don't have to tell them how it works. And then you're going to get private mortgage insurance. Ooh, we like that. And the final thing, the cherry on top, if they default and you get paid off by the insurance policy, you can also take possession of the house, evict them, and sell the house again. Bank said, we're in. We are in. So folks, since that time, that amortization is like front loading the interest, meaning 70 to 85% of your mortgage payment is interest. The rest is applied to the principal on your loan or the money that you borrowed. So there are no changes. There have been no changes that benefit consumers in 88 years until now. Now you can pay off that loan in 7 to 9 years without changing your budget, without sacrificing lifestyle. Folks, here we go. Amortized interest is actually quite deceptive. All right. So let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. The interest rate you quoted is not the interest rate you pay. Here is what we mean by that. Okay. Here is a $500,000 mortgage at 3%. The payment on that is $2,108.02. Here's how much interest the bank wants you to pay on that. $258,887. Folks, is that number 3% of the $500,000? Where the bank wants you to pay back $758,870.20 on your $500,000 mortgage in a $500,000 neighborhood, but they want you to pay over $750,000 for it? Oh no, because your interest, the total interest paid as a percentage of principal is 51.777%, not 3%. All 3% loans for 30 years, all 3% mortgages for 30 years are 51% loans. No matter how much you borrow, no matter how you slice it, the bank wants you to pay them back 51% of what you borrowed. Well, that's not all. What if your loan is 4%? Now they want 71% of what you borrowed. What if your loan is 5%? Now they want 93% of what you borrowed. $466,279.60 interest on a $500,000 loan. Folks, how is that 5%? Oh my gosh. And if it's 6%, you're going to pay back $579,000 in interest on a $500,000 loan. Now it's $1 million purchase. $1 million purchase. That's 115.838%. And for my friends in Bermuda, if you're looking at this, we know that the average price of the home in Bermuda is over $1 million. But the average interest rate right now is about 7%, which means you're going to pay back 139.509%. If you know people in Bermuda, you need to send them the link to what you're watching right now and get it over to them and have them contact the P.I.L.L method. Excuse me, because we can save them a ton of money. All right. So right now I want to, Kurt, do we have any comments? Do we have any questions while I get a quick drink of water here?
Yeah. We do have actually a question. Sinstra is back. He's somebody who's been in the room before, both on Clubhouse and online. And he says he has a quick question. So I want to see if we can't get that one in here. I'm gonna put it on screen for. Here it is.
Okay.
Okay, good. When getting that mortgage starting out, is it better to get a higher interest rate or a higher interest rate to maximize interest costs, say 7.25 rather than 3.5?
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the thing. It's easier to pay off a mortgage at a higher interest rate than a lower interest rate. But what you want is the right interest rate for you, depending on your financial situation. Now, if I have a person who, let's say they get big bonuses, all right, every quarter, they're going to get between 10 and 30 grand for a bonus. Well, they definitely want a slightly higher interest rate than normal because the principal payment is very low. So here's what we mean by that. Let me put this on the screen. Okay.
Okay.
So we've got this. I'm going to change this to 350,000. 350,000 at 3%. Okay. There we are. All right. So now, if they have a bonus, all right, on this loan, if they have a bonus of $10,000, let's say. Okay, or 20,000. Let's say 20,000, and at 3%, and they prepay $20,000 on this loan. I'm going to scroll down here, and we're going to scroll down to cumulative principal of $20,000. That would take them down, Kurt, to about line 32 on their mortgage, and it saves. You see that? Mm-hmm. All right. That's about $20,000 there. But if they know they get bonuses, they may ask the bank, you know what? I don't want 3%. Okay, give me 4.125 instead because of my financial situation. Now, even though the payment is slightly higher, I don't care about that because I can make the payment. The payment isn't the issue. It's how much interest I can save. So $20,000 took us to where on the before line what?
I think it was line 20.
Mm-hmm. Now where does our $20,000 take us?
I think this is line 38.
Line 38. Okay. It gets us deeper into the amortization schedule. And why is that, folks? Because our principal payment is smaller here. Our principal payment is smaller. Let me see. Let me duplicate this so we can put both side by side. So we got 4.125. We got 3% on this one. And I'm going to show you why that is the case. We're going to get that out of there. Take this out. Boom. Okay. So now here's our principal payment now. Do you see our principal payments here on the 4% loan start out at $600. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. That's our 3% loan. Okay. $600. All right. Our interest, our principal payments on the 4.12, look at this, $493. So we attack the loan with the principal payments, folks. When we lower the interest rate, we actually increase the principal payment, which makes it harder to pay the loan off faster with the money that we're working with. So contact the P.I.L.L method. There is no rule of thumb here. You need to find out what's going to work best for you and your family. And there is no standard that I can give you. You definitely want to do this in your situation, because by doing that, it could cost you big money by getting the wrong interest rate for you. But on average, here's what you want to know. If you're into a mortgage and you're constantly refinancing to lower your interest rate, you're actually making it harder to pay the loan off faster. Okay. All right. Anything else?
That was it. And let me see. I don't think he has come back with a follow up, but I believe that was it. That was a question there.
Okay, folks, listen, we've got 60 people in here. We got 30 shares, and there are people out there that need to hear. They need, just by clicking on those two little arrows in there. Let's see if we can get that up. If we got 60 people in here, let's see if we can get that up to 60. Just hit the little arrow. It doesn't cost you anything, and share this in the hallway. This is valuable information that people need to see. But if you click that little arrows down the lower left hand of your corner of your app, you can start showing this in the hallway, and people can get in here. So let's get it up to 30, 40, 50, all the way up to 60 by clicking that little button so people can see what we got. Oh, listen, it's coming in now. It's coming in. 32. Okay. All right. So I want to thank Sinstra for doing it. I want to thank Kim for doing it. And Marnie Tompkins, thank you so much. Brenda Jackson, thank you so much. Credit Goddess and Kurt, thank you. All right, Marla Davis, share the room. Let's see, Miss Morrison, thank you so much. Dwayne Jenkins, oh wow, thank you so very much. TJ, all right, Roberto Johnson, David Hunt. Listen, keep on sharing the room, folks. Did I mention Colleen? All right. Lynn and Charles, thank you very much. Alejandra Gonzalez, thank you so much for sharing the room. Chef, thank you very much for sharing the room. Antoine Sutton, thank you very much for sharing the room. Listen, get it out there. We're up to 39. Listen, I'm going to go back. Do we have any other, Jarrett, do we have any questions or comments? Or what do you want me to talk about now, Jarrett? Because you keep me on track, man.
So we got a new contestant coming up to the stage.
Okay.
All right. So Lennon, thank you so much for coming to the stage. Please let us know what your question is. And Lennon, if you're speaking, you're on mute. You just have to go to the bottom right-hand corner and click that microphone.
Oh, he got a phone call.
And it looks like you got a phone call. All right. Well, we'll give Lennon a chance. But hey, we got 30 minutes left. If you thought Mac's example was impactful, why don't you try out, a question for your personal situation? Come on stage, ask a question, and Don will be happy to answer it. So feel free to raise your hands and come on stage. And thank you to the 41 people that have shared the room. Until Lennon comes back, let's see. Any requests from the stage in terms of an example that Don's done that you think would be good for the room today?
Well, while they're thinking about that,
we
Jared,
haven't actually touched on the book yet today, Jared.
Let's go ahead and do that. Let's talk about the book today, folks. Here's a lot of the information that we're seeing here is based on the book, and the book that we have that I was privileged to write is based on the fact that I have Asperger's. It's a mild form of autism. Yes, I'm autistic, and I have ADHD. I don't have a college degree. I don't have a background in finances. Like I said before, I'm 17 years as a firefighter. So when I look at an amortization schedule with my autism, I see the patterns that just weren't adding up. And now when I start teaching this to people, and then we're getting more and more people on board, and then teaming up with people who know how to code and putting all this information into a cloud-based computing platform that we can save people money all over the world. The basics are in this book. All right. And listen, let me tell you about being ADHD and being autistic. And I didn't realize that till I was much later in age. You can leave it up. I didn't leave it till I was much later in age. Okay. So here's what I'm talking about. I didn't do well in school and I didn't know why, because it wasn't common when I was in school. I didn't find out till later. You know what? I didn't even read a book all the way through until I was 46 years of age. And the first book I read was As a Man Thinketh. All right, I read that book and it changed my life. I started thinking about myself differently and got into business and got some mentors. My whole life changed. Okay. And then somebody said, write a book. Uh-oh. I almost went back into my shell. I said, write a book. Are you kidding? I never read a book until I was 46 years of age. It says, you can do this. Anything your mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve. And listen, folks, I know that for a fact because the fact that we have this book is a miracle. Out of 33 million titles on Amazon, this is the only book that talks about how an amortization schedule works and how to defeat it. Get the book today. Once you get the book, do you see that 10K card pinned at the top of ICE 10KLive.com? That's a digital business card. All of my stuff is there. You can find and it is a great business tool. What we're doing, we partnered with the 10K company, 10K cards, so that anybody who buys this book, they will get a 10K card for every book they buy. All right. So 10K, are you in the house? Let's tell them why we need to get a 10K card along with this book, man, and the partnership.
What to do, Don? Let's do something like this. Since you started using a 10K card, and I want everyone in the audience and in the listening lounge to listen up really, really carefully, please, because success leaves clue. Don, since we started working together, how much have your business grown? That's question number one.
Okay, well, in terms of the book, we were actually selling about 30 books a month when we started working with you. And the 10K company, we the first month I think we went to 167 books in the first month of working with you. Okay,
that's right. And one of the reasons for doing that is because it was easier to get the word out on your book. Would you say that's correct, sir?
Easier. It was way easier.
Very good. Now, you told me that there was a client one day at 2:00 watching the commercial, and he tapped into ice10k.com.
Right.
And then you converted that client into a sale. Was that correct?
Well, listen, that's not the whole story. He actually bought the book about 9 months ago. All right.
Right.
And he read about 10 pages and it stayed on his nightstand. And then he was watching a television commercial. He saw that. And folks, if you go to ice10klive.com, you can get to my other card from there. And when you see that, you'll see WAFF. All right. And that's where all my television commercials are. So he's watching one of those commercials. And at the end of the commercial, it says, Don, how do they contact you? And I said, ice10k.com. ice10k.com. He immediately went to ice10k.com, and at 2 a.m, he started watching these videos these lives that we have posted up there. We have 41 shows as of today that are up there that he started watching. He called the next day. He said, I'm ready to go.
That's right.
That's that part, Sean, that part.
That's powerful.
I love it. Now, the reason I ask you these questions, Don, because we're constantly on the app and we're promoting the use of the card. And the thing about it is people are not sometimes aware as to how effective this is. And I don't want them thinking that we're just trying to sell them a card.
Right.
Don, your business has grown tremendously while using the card. That's number one. Number two, in your marketing material, your 10K card is on everything.
Everything.
So if you make a change, real-time change is actually meeting the client. The client is actually getting a real-time update as to what's going on. So when you guys hear us promoting the 10K card, guys, this is not a joke. I'm not being selfish by trying to get the product out there. We care about our clients. We care about people succeeding. And the 10K card help you to succeed on a higher level. It's a way of improving your results, guys. So when Don is saying get yourself a 10K card with the book, the cost of the card is more expensive than the book. Why would someone do that? Why would someone get you a card that's more expensive than the cost of the book? He's not there to give you a card because you buy. No, you want to make sure your mind is right. Because if you can appreciate the book, you can appreciate and value the card. And a combination of the two makes you unstoppable when it comes to putting your family in a much better position. Okay, so I just want to really take a moment to break this down as to why we are actually promoting the card like this. Why? Genuinely care about people. When we're finished with our time here on Earth, we can only look back and see the impact that we had. And with these kind of work that we're doing in this room here, Don, this is powerful, man. This is the whole purpose of moving through this earth that we're on. To leave an impact, to help other people to enjoy life on a much higher scale. So guys, if you don't have the book as yet, man, and look, I really don't know what to tell you. If you're in these rooms and you can't see the value of investing in a copy of the book, which will get you a 10K card, that will position you to go do great things for your life and family, then there's something a little off right there. So guys, when you get a copy of Don's book, I want you to click on ice10klive.com. Step one, get the book. That's the very first step. And then the second step is, all right, so now you got the book and you want to become better. You can't become better if you don't know where you are. So step two is where you click on the Get a Savings and Earnings Report. Put your information there, and that will give you your current location. When you're finished putting your current location in one place, then Don can now help you. Don and his team can now help you from there. And as a reward, step three, and claim your digital business card. Okay, or you can back channel myself, back channel Kenyatta. Let's make it easy for you. Whatever we can do to make it easy for you to execute the process, we're here for it. I'm always on the app, guys. Back channel me. Hey, I just got a copy of Don's book. I need help. Within 60 minutes, you're gonna get a stuff in your background because we provide solutions and then investigate after. See, if you said I got a copy of Don's book, that's enough word for me. We'll get you the card, and then we're gonna double check to make sure you are who you say you are. But we're not gonna stop you from moving forward because we want to check your documents or we want to check your parcel. Nope, we are here to serve. So guys, take your life serious. Get busy about this. We're not on the app to push a product. We're on the app to push you forward. All right?
That's good.
With that said, Captain Don, back out to you.
All right.
And then when I get a chance, Don,
Yes.
Sorry. What's that, Kurt?
No. I was just gonna say you explained it perfectly. Somebody was asking online, how do I sign up again? And 10K just gave you all the steps, every step necessary in order to sign up, both to get the book, to get the 10K card, but also to get the savings and earnings report. So no matter which one you were looking for, I think it's Omika. Whichever one you were looking for, Omika, you got all the steps right there from 10K. Go ahead, Sean.
You got it, Kirk. Thank you so much, man. I know, Kirk, what you're doing as well with the team is freaking priceless. You know, you're coordinating this product to be on Clubhouse, to be on YouTube, to be on LinkedIn, to be on Twitter, to be on Facebook. This is phenomenal, Kirk. So I just want to shout you out now as well, man. Look, you know what? I'm going back to you.
All right. Jared, so what's next, man? Listen, I'm loving this. We've got a lot of energy in the room. Let's keep it going.
Right. So we got time for one more question. So if anybody wants to be that person to ask a question, feel free to raise your hand. Or if you're on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, or Facebook, go ahead and write it in the chat. First come, first serve. This will probably be the last example, the way that Don likes to break it down and gets real detailed with the interest calculator and the amortization schedule. So if you haven't seen an example on your screen yet, go to ice10klive.com on your laptop, desktop, or iPad and choose either Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, or Twitter. Seeing these examples actually illustrated on the screen will help you comprehend the concept even better. So I see hands come up. Awesome. All right. So we had 2 hands come up, so maybe we can fit 2 in. We'll see if we can.
All right. Sounds good to me. All right, let's get him up
Jonathan
here.
Popped up first.
All right.
So Jonathan, let's jump into it. Please let us know what your question is.
Yeah, mine is kind of a more general question, and I'm actually kind of looking for the best way to analyze approaching a situation. So I have a home mortgage that is way higher on the interest rate than it should be. It was done 11 years ago, and interest rates were much higher. and it is a 30-year mortgage, and I think the rate might be like 5.25. So I've been needing to refinance it for some time, and I have a kind of a greater need now because I have two other commercial properties, one of which the deal is done, and another of which the deal, the financing is done, but it is in the I'm in the process of doing the construction on it. And as I think some of you may know who do commercial property investment, the costs always end up being much higher than they were quoted before the project starts. And so I have a desire, probably, and a possible need based upon the increased cost on the commercial project to maybe pull some equity out of the home.
Okay.
As I refinance it. And so I just want to, I guess there are two questions. One, how should I approach that? How should I analyze the refi of the residential property?
Okay. All right, let's talk about that for just a second. Okay. People have been refining properties for a very, very long time, and they generally do it to save money. So here's my question. If you're saving money by refinancing, who has to be losing it?
The bank.
Why would they be in that business? Let's find.
Why would they be in the business of refining?
If they're losing money.
I don't know. I guess I'm not really sure what you're asking.
Let's find out why banks are in the business of refining. You're in business, and if you had some product on your shelf, if some service that you were providing that was not making you money, would you get rid of it?
That was not making me money, would I get rid of it?
Yeah.
If it was not making me money, yeah, I would get rid of it.
All right. So if banks are losing money by refining, they're very much into it. In fact, what they're doing is every 5 to 7 years, they're filling up your mailbox with offers. They hire people to call you at dinner time. Okay. Then they hire somebody to answer the phone when you call them back. And then they hire somebody to actually put the loan package together. They're spending millions of dollars so that they can lose money. No, let's find out what they're really doing, what's going on with this. Can I show you a couple of things with your 5% loan? Can you see our example on screen?
You know what? I can't. I guess where can I go to look at it?
Are you near a tablet or a computer?
Yeah, computer. Sure.
Okay, great. You want to go on your computer, you want to go to ICE10KLive.com. That's ICE live 10K ICE 10KLive.com. And then choose one of those buttons, whether it's Facebook or YouTube. Okay.
Looking for, you said Facebook
or YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see YouTube.
Well, the buttons you should.
What about LinkedIn? LinkedIn?
LinkedIn. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because one says 1, 2, 3, 4 down on the left side would have been live on YouTube, but you can go to LinkedIn.
Okay. I'm on LinkedIn.
All right.
And I'm looking at the live. Yeah.
You're looking at the live. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now you should be able to see. I'm putting an amortization schedule on that 5% loan. You said it was 5.125 or something.
LinkedIn. I'm sorry. Say it again.
You said it was 5.125. Make sure you turn down your
5 point. Yeah. 5 point. Yes, 5.125.
5.25. Okay.
5.125.
5.125. That's okay. That's not a problem. And how much was the loan to begin with?
The loan was originally for
100.
Like 400,000, roughly 400,000.
400,000. We'll start there. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the payment on that. Okay. So we're doing that 400,000. The principal and interest payment on that is $2,177.95. We're not including the taxes and insurance. Right. Okay. So we're scrolling down to the summary, and in the summary, it's $384,000 in interest they want on that loan. Okay.
Over the life of it.
Over the life of the loan, which is actually 96% of what you borrowed.
Right.
Yeah. So it's not 5.125. It's 96.
Right.
All right. So now let's take a look at payment number one. All right. So here's what we know to be true. When you have a higher interest rate, especially on a commercial property, your principal payments are lower.
You said, say it again.
When you have a higher interest rate, especially on a commercial property, your principal payments are lower under the principal column. Do you see that? So they're starting out in the $400 range, mid $400 range. Okay. So if we take a look at, I'm going to duplicate this, all right, for later. But when I make my payment, only $469 goes to principal, $1,708.33 goes to interest on this. Okay. Now, if this is my very first payment, let's say it's January, wouldn't $471.62 be the February payment? Okay, that would be the February principal payment. So here's my question. We're in January. We just made January's payment. Do we have to wait till February to give the bank an additional $471.62?
No.
If we had it, could we give it to them in January?
Yes.
If we did, all of this money would go to principal, and we'd be paid down to line 2 on our amortization schedule in January. We'd be paid down to $399,058.76. Make sense? Which means our next mortgage payment for February will actually be on line 3 of our schedule. Correct? So we just got rid of line 2 on our mortgage for just $471.62. What happened to this $1,706.33 in interest on line 2? What happened to that?
The interest, it goes away.
It goes away. Right? So you got rid of it for $471. So let's go over to here to the same loan, but we're going to change the interest rate to about 3.5. Okay. We changed the interest rate, and now it's still a 30-year loan, but now the payment is $1,796.18, which is lower. We got a lower interest rate, but now look at the principal payment. Look at the principal payment now. To get rid of one line, it's going to cost me $631 to get rid of line 2, where on the other one, it cost me $471. See, here's what the bank knows. When you lower your interest rate, the bank knows you just made it harder for you to pay off the loan faster. So if we're looking at a 30-year loan, they always talk in terms of 30 years, even though they don't say it. If you're comparing a 30-year loan at 5.25 or a 30-year loan at 3.5, get the 3.5 if you're going to make all 360 payments.
Right.
But if you're going to accelerate, trying to save money in interest and get out of the debt cheaper, you want to control the principal payment so that when you're making those payments, you can knock out more. You can knock out more lines on the amortization schedule faster. So let's say you have about $10,000 available in a reserve account, and says, "Okay, I want to attack this loan aggressively." All right. So $10,000 on the higher. Let me see. On the higher interest loan. Okay, $10,000. I'm going to go to cumulative principal because we can add it all up very quickly. $10,000 knocks out about 21 payments and saves almost $35,000 in interest. Look at that. Okay, $10,000. If I lower the interest rate to 3.5, $10,000 only takes me to line 16.
Mm-hmm.
And the bank knows that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when we are trying to figure out, should we refinance or what we shouldn't refinance, I never know. But what you want to do is when I run the numbers, whether I'm going to refinance or stay in the loan that I'm in, here's what I want to know. How much is it going to cost me in interest overall to manage this loan for the time I'm going to be in it?
Mm-hmm.
That will tell you whether you would refinance or not the lower interest rate,
Right.
not the lower payment, but how much is going to cost you in interest overall to manage the loan. Sometimes it's good to refinance. Sometimes it's not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the fact that interest rates may be bouncing up, they say that the interest rates may go up next month.
Yeah.
Then that really should not factor in.
It should no. Listen, it should not dissuade you one bit. In fact, it should encourage you to go ahead, because here's what's going to happen. Everybody
should encourage me to go ahead and refi, or
if you're going to purchase.
Okay. Yeah, to purchase, but
Right.
refi, not necessarily.
Not necessarily, because there's so many things we have to take a look at if refining is going to going to benefit you. Now, if you're cashing out to purchase additional properties, okay, so you don't have to say, let me get this done. Let me hurry up and get it done before the interest rates go up.
Yeah.
Take your time. Get a good deal. Let us help you to do that, so that once we plug everything into our opportunity cost calculator, we can help you to determine how this is all going to play out even before you close. We can run these numbers for you. It says, I got this. We're going to pull this money out. Here's what the interest rates are about now. What can I do with that money once I reinvest that money? All sorts of things. Okay. And how much is it going to cost me to manage that? Our average client pays off all of their debt in 7 to 9 years. Let me give you a quick example here of if I've got.
Does this also apply to commercial? I assume that it does.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. In fact, let me pull something up here that applies to a commercial loan. Okay. And let me see here. Okay. Here's a commercial loan. There's 2 commercial loans. All right. So for this client, we had they were in this loan for 2 months, and in 2 months they paid it down by $7,374. It cost them $4,600 in interest to do it. And here's an SBA loan at 5%. In 37 months, he paid it down by $99,795.91, because the payments on these loans amount to about $14,000 for the month. But he's cash flowing on these 2 buildings over $40,000. So he was cool with it. Okay. Until he read my book and found out that to pay this loan down by $99,000, it cost him $222,000 in interest. He started looking at it differently now. Okay. So just to make it quick, instead of, since he owes $2,236,376, instead of paying the bank $1,123,000 in interest, we're going to show him how to pay $243,000 and be done in 4.9 years instead of 21.9.
Right.
Okay. And we're not using a dime of the money he has earmarked for reinvesting. We're only strategically using the money he has in his reserve account for repairs, because it's only making 1/10 of 1% sitting in the bank. So we're strategically using parts of that money when the program tells them, take this much out, put it on the debt, save this interest, and then pay it back to yourself with the percentages that you've already designated. So he's putting about $6,000 a month into his reserve fund. That's all we're using. Those monies. Okay.
Okay. And so with regard to kind of my immediate issue of freeing up additional equity that I have in my home. Then if I decide I'm not going to refi, what then is the best way or the most efficient way to do that?
Very good. So you want to know, if you're talking about your home, you got to say, okay, what is my overall goal? Is my overall goal to pay it off? Is my overall goal to sell the house? Is my overall goal to take cash out of this and then invest it in something else? What's my overall goal for the house that you're living in? Can you tell me?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yes.
For the house, I'm not certain.
Okay.
What
right.
my overall goal is. I mean, I have a significant amount of equity in it. I live alone, and it's way more house than I need. So if I were to get the right offer for it, I might sell it. But it really depends. It's not really a need in my kind of overall portfolio, I guess.
Well, so here's what I can tell you. If it's not a need to move on to figure out what I want to do right now, you're paying 75% more interest than you need to. While you're making up your mind, let's show you how to use your finances to cut your interest cost and gain equity at 4 to 5 times the regular rate while you're still in the house. And then make up your mind what to do later.
Okay.
But in the meantime, there's no reason to pay. Do you like paying retail for stuff, or do you like buying stuff at wholesale?
No, absolutely.
All right, so let's go ahead and learn how to get our money at wholesale on our current mortgage until we figure out what we want to do, what kind of changes we make, and then working with us, we'll be able to tell you, if you make a change, this is how much it's going to cost. If you stay where you are, this is how much it's going to cost. But our average client is out of debt in 7 to 9 years.
Yeah, you guys are in you said you're in Atlanta this weekend?
This weekend, we're in Atlanta.
Okay, that's where I'm based. I'm based in Atlanta.
All right, well, we need to see you at the hotel.
What hotel is it?
All right, it's in Midtown. What hotel is it, Sean?
It's at the Hyatt, Midtown Atlanta.
Hyatt Centric.
Hyatt Centric, Midtown Atlanta.
Okay.
Jonathan, get a ticket, man. Let's see your face in the place.
Nah, man, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. It helps to kind of fine tune and maximize. I haven't had I just hadn't had the urgency to maximize it. If that sounds kind of crazy. I've just been in a good place.
Yeah.
And I've got 2 different commercial properties that, have like one has a 7-year amortization. 7-year amortization, 20-year amortization with a 7-year term.
Right.
And one has a 5-year term. And I'm trying to decide what's the best way to do exactly what you're describing in terms of paying those down, because the interest is ridiculous over the life of it.
You've just explained opportunity cost. If I do this, it's going to cost me this. If I do this, it's going to cost me that. Which way is going to be better for you? For me, we have an opportunity cost calculator that we can plug all these numbers in that's specifically designed to let you know which way to go, which way is going to cost you the least amount of money.
Okay. What's the organization that's doing this?
P.I.L.L Method.
I just back channeled you the link. I'm following you. If you follow me back, you can see it, and it'll take you directly to the information page.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll see you in the building this weekend. A lot of us are showing up there today, and most of everything is going to be handled tomorrow. But if you want to hang out with dinner with us tonight and ask a bunch of questions, just get a VIP ticket, and then you'll be invited to the dinner.
Front row seat ticket.
All right. I'll look you guys up. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, Jared. We listen. Another satisfied client, and let's take it on home, Jared.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. again, this is the Pill Method Club. If you haven't already, make sure to click the greenhouse at the top, follow the club, and also check out all the replays from previous rooms. Feel free to share that with your network, share that with people that aren't on Clubhouse, so that this information can be spread out to as many people as possible. Also, if you go to ice10klive.com, you can follow Don on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. The Pill Method has communities on all of those platforms, and he gives different types of information through those platforms. So if you want to keep on getting that Pill Method information while you're on those other platforms, make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, follow, all of that good stuff, and be a part of the Pill Method outside of Clubhouse. All right, so what we're gonna do is some quick moderator outros. But before we do that, Don, I'd just like you to just give your outro, let people know how they can reach you, also know about the book, and then, remind them about the Get Access tour if you'd like. So Don, I'll pass it to you.
Thank you, Jared. Listen, I'm going to be in Atlanta today. We're going to be at dinner tonight. So click on the link, get your ticket if you're in Atlanta, get the VIP ticket. It's a great experience. So get the VIP ticket and have dinner with us tonight and enjoy yourself. And then you'll have access to everything tomorrow. On Saturday, and I'm going to be the last speaker Saturday night. And so I'm going to be looking forward to talking with you Saturday night. So listen, folks, I appreciate you chiming in here today. If you want to when you get the book, all right, and please get the book today. When you get the book, don't forget to screenshot your receipt so that you can get the 10K card. And Kenyatta will talk to you more about that. But listen, if you want to know more about how mortgages work, how your debt works, how banking really works when it comes to charging you interest and cutting that interest cost by 75%, if this is what you want to know, you can click on that same card, ice10klive.com, click on the button that says Get a Savings and Earnings Report. And once you click follow the instructions, then we will let you into the financial report. You can plug in your financial data, and someone from my staff will then give you a call and set up for you a consultation. Then you will know the month, day, and year you could be debt free. And we're going to show you how to take the interest savings and then invest it into creating generational wealth for your family. Thank you so very much. And off to the next moderator.
Well, I'll tap in. Everybody's, doing their thing. I understand. I'm here ready and able and ready to go. I'm Tiffany, the Y CEO. I'm an executive business leadership coach and trainer. I work with some of the top companies in America, and I love being here in the tri-state, in the great state of Cincinnati, Ohio, where we have secured $1 billion in a land development deal that's going to actually change a red line community. So we're really excited about that. As a community action agent, I've changed the law in the great state of Ohio at the Supreme Court level, suing one of the largest banks in America and winning. So I'm here to teach you how to be a winner chicken dinner as well. So tap into me at yceo10k.com so that you too can learn more about how you can be a winner and how you can leverage every opportunity. And guys, it takes a community for us to all work together to learn the strategies that can help us win in life, because no one person knows it all. I'm here to tell you, even as a walking library, Don Daniels learns stuff even when he's doing his own example. It's amazing.
That's so true.
Back to you. Back to you. Next in line.
All right, Kenyatta, are you in the house?
I am here.
All right.
Hello, good people. As always, we appreciate your presence and pray that we've earned the privilege of your time. If you would like to tap in with me, you can do so at kenyatta10k.com. And I am the official lending broker here in the P.I.L.L Method room, meaning I can assist you with your fix and flip loans. Yeah. I can assist you with your fix and flip loans as well as your business purpose loans. And also, I can help you find great deals in the states of Illinois, as well as Georgia and Florida. So, yeah, if you need me, I'm here to help.
All right,
And
Kenyatta.
now I got one thing to say. I had to tap in because I just realized something.
Yeah.
Y'all hear all these soft, feminine voices up here? Me, Kenyatta, Credit Goddess, Vernita, Coffee. Don't we sound so innocent? Oh, but make us mad and have us to go to court. Oh, you gonna be somebody else.
Lord have mercy.
You gonna be a warrior.
All right, Kenyatta, please tell them how they can get their 10K card once they get the book. And please get the book today, folks.
I was trying to clip that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, everyone, this is how you get your 10K card. You purchase the book. Then you screenshot the receipt. You go to ice10klive.com and upload that receipt where it says, I'm ready. It's going to be over to your left, 2 slots down. What you're going to do is build out your card and let us know your social media handles, your website address, and everything else. And let us know where you want to receive that digital card, and you'll receive it in an hour or less, and it's valued at $100.
All right, Credit Goddess.
All right. So, by the way, Kirk is 5 followers away from 1,000. We have 40 people in here, so that'd be real cool if we could get him there. So, if you're not following Kirk, definitely give him a follow. He's the producer of the show.
That's right.
And he's the way that Don has the omnipresence of being on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So, if you know Clubhouse creators that want to maximize their time on this app by producing replayable content on multiple streams while being on Clubhouse, definitely make sure to follow Kirk and share his profile. All right, cool. So real quickly, my name is Jared. I do a lot of rooms on Clubhouse. Check out my bio, check out my replays. If you're interested in being in rooms that produce results like this one, like my tech careers room where over 100 people have gotten jobs, the pitch club rooms where people get investments from VCs and angels. I have a room at noon today in the Black Think Tank called How to Create a Smart Plan to Heal, Evolve, and Win in 2022. It's going to be a real deep discussion, but also tactical, tangible tips to execute, to strategize and execute in 2022. That's going to be great networking. So yeah, I like to do rooms that are just like empowering and results filled. So if that's something you're interested in, check me out. And I'm active. All right. And also check me out on Twitter as well. Been growing really fast over there, doing Twitter spaces. And there's a lot of Black excellence on Twitter. So you definitely want to be in those spaces as well. And check us out tonight and tomorrow in Atlanta. If you're in the Atlanta area, check out the Get Access tour. It's going to be great networking. Look forward to meeting everybody in person. With that being said, Don, is there anybody on stage that didn't get a chance to do an outro that would like to just flash your mic?
Flash your mic.
On mic.
Okay, Coffee.
Go for it.
Hey, everybody. I just want to honor Don. Thank you so much for this space that you've created to educate people on how to win when it comes to relieving themselves from financial bondage and becoming free, liberated, totally free, and able to really enjoy life to the fullest. So I just wanted to say thank you for that. That's beyond a blessing, and it's such an honor to share space with such a phenomenal thought leader. So just wanted to honor you for a moment. You can read my bio for whatever you want to know about me, but I just wanted to stop for a moment to honor you. This is just beyond incredible, and so many lives for generations to come are going to be affected positively because of what you're doing today. So I wanted to honor you and just say thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Listen, folks, we've come to the end of another show. And listen, folks, we gave out some really good information. And if you're going to go ahead and give me a follow, and listen, Jonathan, I see you out there, my man. I just noticed, and I'm just, it's kind of halfway kidding. You do definitely want to follow me if we're giving you out this good information. So, folks, go ahead and follow the club. Follow me. And listen, we're going to be right back. Oh, you know what, gang? Because of being in Atlanta, are we going to do our show on Sunday? I'm going to get a consensus from from the moderators. What do you think?
I'm down.
You're down? Okay. Kenyatta? Oh, Kenyatta's on the phone. Kirk, we down?
This could be one of those meetup rooms where everybody who's over at the Get Access Tour pops in to say hello.
How about
It'd be
that?
nice to have that curated stage.
Yeah,
As
I'm
people
good.
can, they can pop in and out.
All right. So we may not, okay, because I won't be in the studio. All right. Well, let's go ahead and we'll put it up for our regular show. It may be abbreviated. We'll see how things go. But we'll be right back here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 8:30 a.m. Central Time on Sunday to see you here. And thank you all for being here one more time. And for those of you who are new, please continue to come back. We've got a lot more information for you, a lot more content, and the truth will actually set you free when it comes to understanding how your finances actually work. Thank you again. See you on Sunday. And I will also see you at the Get Access Tour. Get your ticket. And then please come up to me and introduce yourself. I would love to meet you face to face. All right, folks, that's it for today. We'll see you on Sunday. Kurt Nugent, take us out.